Okay, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the presentation, and at the end, I will answer any questions that you might have. I'm only a man. I can only do one thing at a time, I'm afraid, and there's only one of me, so I wouldn't be able to give you my full attention answering questions, so we'll leave that to the end. Okay, guys, well, first and foremost, thank you very much for joining me on this Wednesday evening. This presentation is all about Facebook and how we can leverage Facebook to make us a very nice residual income of a minimum of £1,000 per week using Facebook pages in less than 2 hours per week. I genuinely start a Facebook page nowadays from the comfort of my own home within an hour, 2 at the very most. I've done every step that I want to go through with you today. It's up, it's running, and I start driving traffic to it. Each page makes me approximately £1,000 per week, and the only time investment from me is now it's about 30 minutes, but I mean, when you first start out, it is about 2 hours per week per page. It's all done automatically. It's all set up. So I run it on a Sunday night. Basically, I put some time in on a Sunday evening. That's my work time, and it's all set up and scheduled, ready to be released as and when I want it to throughout the week for each of my pages. Okay, so let's crack on with the presentation itself. This webinar is for you guys if you are on Facebook personally. In other words, you'll have your own profile page, and most people do. If you're looking at making an easy and interesting way of making money. If you don't have a lot of spare time, like I've already explained, once it's set up, it runs almost on autopilot, and it takes you 2 hours or less, and it does earn you £1,000 per week. Now that's for one page, guys. So what you're looking at then is you're looking at how many pages can you set up. It's limited only by your imagination and how many niches that you can think of and explore. I personally have 11 pages set up for myself, and I also do pages for other people as well. So it's limitless, and you know I'm going to be building that up to 50 plus pages, which is a very, very nice weekly income. So you want to enjoy what you do. This is great because I only choose niches and I only work in niches that I actually enjoy working within. I can be very choosy about which niches I want to work in. We're going to come on to some examples, and I've used some fishing examples, only because it's a niche that I would never work in. I can't think of anything worse. And if somebody said, right, okay, this is going to be your living from now on, I'd rather go back to work and earn a paltry sum and work very, very hard for my money and start listening to my boss again. If you want to turn a hobby or an interest into an income, I've done that several times. It works very, very well, and it's very, very enjoyable. It doesn't feel like work at all. If you've been trying to make money online for a while and nothing's working, guys, this does work. And it's fantastic. When I come across it, I couldn't believe that this was going to work and make me as much money as it does, but it actually does. Facebook advertising, guys, I don't know how much you're aware of this, but their policies are changing all of the time. Being part of this, it means that because I have to keep absolutely up to date with what the Facebook policies are, how to get adverts passed, and what works, what ROIs there are with the different types of advertising. This is all part of being kept up to date with all those changes and what's going on in the Facebook world of advertising. Just making sure that there's no questions or chats to say that you have stopped hearing me. Okay, let's get into the big part of the presentation, guys. There are 3 big problems people face when starting a business or trying to start a business online. The first one is building the website itself. Now, if you have experience in building a website, great, but it still takes time. You still have to put a lot of investment into research, making sure the website is going to attract the right type of people. If you don't, you have to pay somebody else. That can run into thousands and thousands of pounds. The other one is getting traffic to that website. It's lovely having a nice, all functioning, all singing, all dancing website, but unless people know about it, then it's just going to sit there and do nothing for you. So what you want to do is you need to obviously be able to drive traffic to that website and tell as many people as you possibly can about that website. The third one is, which strategy do you follow? There's so much noise online. I don't know about you, but when I first started online, I just didn't know which way to turn. I didn't know which shiny object to buy next. And I spent thousands and thousands of pounds. I'd follow somebody for 5 minutes, then another shiny object would catch my attention, and I'd go and follow them for 5 minutes. I never actually got an actual strategy and went, right, I'm going to do this and I'm not going to waver from this. until this works. This is a very nice, easy strategy, guys, and it works almost behind the scenes. I love it because it frees up not only my time, but it obviously gives me the money to enjoy life again. Now, by the end of this presentation, you are going to have a web page built on one of the biggest known traffic sources on the planet, and you're going to know how to turn it into £1,000 per week and scale it up. Now, does that sound of any interest to you? Now, I'm assuming if you're on this website, on this webinar, obviously that is of interest to you. I don't know why it wouldn't be of any interest, but if that is of interest, if you'd just like to put an I or a yes in the box for me, I'm going to be as interactive as I possibly can be today, guys. Make sure that you're still listening, you're not falling asleep or watching EastEnders in the background, and that I'm not wasting my time. So, does that sound interesting, guys? Until I get some eyes, I'm not going to continue. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, we've got people on listening. Fantastic. Right. I'm not going to go into a massive spiel about myself and what led me here. I'm just going to give you the very, very sort of highlights, guys. I've had my own business before. It was a bricks and mortar business. I made the mistake of buying into a food franchise, Subway sandwiches. I built the business up to 3 shops very, very quickly. Within 3 years, I had 3 shops running. And a turnover of about £700,000. I had the plan, guys. I had every business book you can imagine. I've even done a business degree. My plan was to scale it up to 20 plus shops and semi-retire by the time I was 40. And I am only 35 before anybody makes any wisecracks. I was making quite a lot of money, but all of a sudden the recession hit. Sales dropped and costs increased. Food costs went up, rent rates went up, and I didn't have any choice but to pay it. Now, the reason why I started looking at the internet as a way of making money is I realized that basically franchising and bricks and mortar businesses is a flawed business model. You can't up stakes. You can't take your shop bit by bit, brick by brick, and move it somewhere else if the traffic isn't coming in through the doors. It's outdated. If you think about it, online, you can attract traffic from anywhere in the world at any time you want to by the touch of a button, if you know what you're doing. With a shop, you have to attract people to your shop that are hungry, in my business anyway, that are hungry at that particular time and like the particular food that you're selling. The other thing I like, as well as the unlimited traffic and the very, very little risk on the internet, and Facebook specifically, is that I get to work from home. I get to spend a lot more time with my family. I get to take my kids to school. I get to pick them up, which is absolutely fantastic. What I actually did is I like franchising as a model, as a basic business model, because basically what you're doing is that you're using something that somebody's proven it works. So you're following their system, which is very similar to what I've done on the internet. So what I did is I chose Facebook after a lot of research to make sure it was the right medium to use on the internet. And I went out and I actually found a guru. I hate the word guru, but that's what he is, and that's what he calls himself. He was running what I'm about to show you, basically, very quietly, and he was earning some good money doing it. I convinced him to show me what he was doing. He charged me quite a lot of money on a consultation basis, and he showed me basically the ins and outs of the system. Now, what I then did is I took that system and I built on it. I built automation processes, advertising processes to just make it simpler. He was spending a lot more time than I wanted to spend in it. So he basically was happy to show me what he wanted. He got what he wanted out of it. He was sort of semi-retiring anyway. And then basically I took it on from there. Okay, let me show you a little bit about one of the pages. And this is all the way back in May, guys, when I first put this presentation together. Now, if you total all of these up, it works out about $1,700 per month. That was the start of it. Now, you can see that I've got earnings coming in from 3 different income sources here. You've got ClickBank, you've got eBay, and you've got Amazon, which is nice. I never like putting my eggs all in one basket, because if one of those mediums doesn't work, or if you haven't got products that are selling at that time, I'm not risking any of my income. Now, that's how it started. I got it up to I get up to £1,000. I then move on and open another Facebook page. That's basically how it works. Okay. Okay, Facebook. Why Facebook? Let me show you a little bit about the research that I've done and why I chose Facebook. Facebook has grown to 1.2 billion users in less than 10 years. It's a Goliath. It's the most used website. I believe it's even widely used now than Google. More importantly, 51% of people are likely to buy a product from a business page that they follow. And this is what this strategy is all about. This strategy, in a nutshell, guys, is you research and look at a niche that you're interested in, that you like spending time actually commenting on and contributing to. You then get lots of like-minded people into one place, and then you give them very valuable, very relevant promotions. So you're giving them value because they're talking to like-minded people, and you're giving them value through your content that you're giving them on your page, and you're giving them the opportunity to meet all in one place. You're then earning from that very nicely, not hard sale wise, by automatically these promotions just pop up on your page now and again. If people are interested, they click on them. If they're not, they don't. End of story. It's very, very simple. Over 1 billion people on Facebook, more than 500,000 people log in each and every day, guys. 5 new Facebook profiles are created every second, which means new potential clients. On average, users spend 20 minutes per visit, give you plenty of time to reach them. 510,000 comments are posted every minute, which means potential engagement and viral power. Okay, so what's this all about, guys? You've got 6 steps to a very simple £1,000 per week, which we're going to go through in a little bit of detail. Step 1, you need to research a profitable niche in the first place. You need to make sure that niche is hungry. You need to make sure that enough people are actually searching it so it's popular enough, and that people are actually spending money. If you don't research it properly in the first place and you just go gung-ho and just start actually building your pages and your business without actually deciding and doing the research first, you could waste a lot of time and a lot of money because the actual niche might not be the right niche in the first place. Step 2, you need to create not just any Facebook page, you need to create a kick-ass Facebook page. Let's be fair, there's so much competition now on Facebook and other mediums on the internet. You need to make sure that you are standing head and shoulders above your competition. Why should somebody select your page over another page on a very similar subject area? And we go into that in a lot of detail. Step 3, you generate the content. You have to generate content that's going to be valuable and relevant. Those two things you're going to hear a lot about. It has to be valuable because otherwise the person isn't going to stick with you for very long. And it has to be relevant. It has to be relevant to the niche that they actually joined the page for in the first place. There's no good starting a page about fishing and then starting to trying to promote knitting patterns as an example. Quite an extreme example, but it's an example all the same. I see it all the time online. Get traffic. There's no point in having all of these things in place if you can't drive people to have a look at your offer and join your page. Step 5, you then monetize your Facebook page. You're obviously not looking to do this just for fun. You want it to be fun, but you want to earn off it as well. You want to earn a decent income for your hard work and graft. Step 6, you update and build relationships with your audience. Now, that is the only thing that takes any time at all. And when I first started, very realistically, I could do that within 2 hours for the page, and I'd set it up for the week. Now, because it's even more automated for me and I know what I'm doing, and as you get more and more used to something, guys, it takes you less time, obviously, because what I do now is I find just when I'm surfing the net or doing something unrelated online during the week, that's an interesting article. I'm going to show that to the guys in the week. Save it all up, literally, bang. It's all done on a Sunday night when I schedule my post to come out twice a day, every day. It's great. It's a fantastic way of making money. Very, very enjoyable. So let's have a look at the step 1, research a profitable niche. You've probably heard this before, but it is best to start with what you already know and what you're passionate about. If you've got any hobbies, interests and experiences, have a look at them first. Let's see if you can actually, wouldn't it be great? Well, I say the same thing to my son all the time. Wouldn't it be great, son, if you can actually earn money playing football, which is what you actually love doing and you do with all your spare time now? That would be absolutely fantastic. What a dream. You can do the same thing online, guys. You can create your own lifestyle business where you do what you actually enjoy doing and you do for free anyway, and you're earning money from it. Fantastic. If you are finding it difficult to come up with ideas, have a look at what works for other people. What are other people doing? Have a look on Facebook, see what sort of pages are out there, see what groups are out there. Google it. If you have sort of any sort of smidgen of an idea, put it into Google, and Google will come up with some related search results for you to try and narrow down your results. Have a look at keyword search results. You need to make sure it's hungry enough. You need to make sure there are enough searches online. Another sanity check you need to do is you need to make sure that people are not, they wouldn't be able to find your information very, very easily and freely on the internet. There's lots of free information on the internet now. And I'm not saying, if they have to, sit down for a couple of hours and actually sift through all the rubbish information and get what they're actually looking for. What I'm talking about is actually sitting down and going, right, if the free information is readily available online, why would they pay for it? So you need to do a sanity check and make sure that that isn't the case. You need to do a bit of research. Now, when you have a look at keyword searches, how many searches do you think would make the niche worthwhile, guys? A lot of people have sort of their own sort of, I suppose, range. I personally wouldn't touch a niche that is outside the 30 to 100,000 search results, unique searches per month. Reason being, if it's below 30, it's not going to be popular enough. It's too much of a specific or sub-niche. So you just would never get enough people to join a page if it's not popular enough, if it's less than 30,000. If it's more than 100,000, it becomes very, very competitive. Too competitive, in fact. And if it's too competitive, that means basically that it's going to be more expensive to advertise and get fans onto. So where else can you find possible profitable niches? I find a lot of my niches by either talking to people or looking to find what sort of magazines are out at the moment. People will not go to the expense of researching, writing and publishing a magazine if there's no money in it. So you can be assured, as an example, there are golf magazines, there are fishing magazines, there are even hobby craft magazines. So, those are niches already set, ready for you to have a look at and see if they are of interest to you. Is it a healthy market? Are people going to spend money? So, in the example I just used, golf, as an example, yes, of course people spend money on golf equipment. People are forever looking at improving their golf swing, bringing down their par. It's one of those niches that you're bound to make money, and if you can attract the right types of people to your page, then you'll laugh at them. Okay, so let's have a look at an example for you. So this is keyword research that I did. I literally just put fishing into Google keyword search. Now, based on the parameters I've already told you about and what I use to select niches, you can see here that both of these are actually worthwhile looking at and doing a bit more research. You've got fishing equipment, which comes up with 61,600, and then you've got fishing rods. So it's more specific on the fishing equipment, and it's 82,170. Now, the interesting thing is, you can see that the competition, it gives you that information as well. So the competition here is medium for the fishing equipment and it's high for the fishing rods, which obviously impacts on the suggested bid price. So it's an indication. I'm not saying it's cut and dry. It's not an exact science. But, I mean, I would probably look at both of those keywords, which would determine what I would call my site. I'd probably think, fishing is a good overall sort of subject area, but what exactly do I want to look at? And, how do I want to make sure that I'm targeting a smaller part of the niche of fishing? Quick slip of water, sorry guys. Right, okay, another way that I use, there are 2,400 for dummies books. Same sort of thing as the magazines. They won't go to the expense and the time of creating a book if there isn't a market out there that are going to spend money on it. Now you can see there's 3 examples here. You've got WordPress for Dummies, software management, and Google+. There's 3 ready to go niches that you can start pages on right now, and they will definitely make money. People are always looking for ways of making websites for themselves, whether that be for hobby or for business reasons. Software, project management, big business, lots of money, and Google Plus is something that people are getting to grips with, but lots of people still don't understand. Now, all you'd have to do is buy one of those books, and you could literally just release some of the information from that book. I'm not saying copying for copyright reasons. I'm saying put it into your own words. But that's perfect. That's very, very simple way, and there's 3 examples there for you. Now, what you need to do now, you've chosen a niche that you're going to be interested in, that you're going to find it easy to add valuable content and you're going to be able to engage your audience with. Now, you need to create that kick-ass Facebook page. First of all, though, what is the difference between a Facebook page and a Facebook profile? Basically, the main differences are a Facebook page you can advertise. Facebook will allow you to advertise from a Facebook page. They won't allow you to advertise from a Facebook profile. You're also not supposed to promote anything on your Facebook profile, even though most people do. Facebook will shut you down though if they get complaints. And you're only allowed 5,000 friends on a Facebook profile. On a Facebook page, it's unlimited. Sounds like a lot, but with this type of way of making money with CPA offers and affiliates, the more people, the more money you make. Okay, so let's have a look at this, guys. This is an example of a Facebook page. This one is called Feel the Magic. It's a charity run by a guy called James Thomas from Australia. He takes children who've tragically lost a parent to Disney World. Very, very nice looking page, very clean, professional image, which is what you need. And he's got the logo in there as well. He's actually linked it to his profile page, which you're allowed to do. But I just wanted to show you an example. Here's another one, Steve Nesser. Steve Nesser got me started in internet marketing in the first place. Again, very, very good page. He hasn't paid me to say that, by the way. He does all of these sort of web business breakthrough events, seminars, which are great if you ever come across them. Does them in London and all across the world. But the page itself, very professional. Obviously, that's his banner. That's his sort of logo. Very professional sort of face shot, head and shoulders. And he's got buttons here as well. You might be able to see the difference. This is how your page looks to start with. Stephen's gone to the next step and he's actually created these image icons where the buttons are. Now, a profile, as I said, I'd show you what the difference is, and this is James Thomas's personal profile. Now, he's linked it because you can see Feel the Magic in the background. Now, you're allowed to do that. That's absolutely fine. And he's probably got links in here for the actual Facebook page and maybe his website as well. But what you're not allowed to do is, obviously, you're not allowed to promote directly from this page. The main differences, though, guys, is the maximum 5,000 friends. You won't ever make any decent amount of money with just 5,000 friends, to be honest. So you need a Facebook page. So, very simple to do, guys, even with no or little internet knowledge. You do need your own profile page to create a Facebook page in the first place. You can simply go to facebook.com/pages/create.php ? That'll take you directly to the page where you select what type of page you would like to create. But if you're on your Facebook profile, very simply, it's on every page. It makes it very simple for you. Create a page. Just click that and it'll take you through to this page as well. Now, 99.9% of the time, you are going to be creating a page within the community option. You've got 6 options here. You're not an artist, band, or a public figure. You're not a local business or a place. You're not entertainment or a company. It could be argued that you could be a brand or a product. But to be honest, it asks you if you're the brand ambassador. If you're doing it about one particular product, is there enough interest for your group? Basically, a community is all about bringing like-minded people into one place. And that's what this is all about. It dedicates like-minded people, like this example here, fishing, to a topic or experience that is owned collectively by the community connected to it, which is Facebook's way of explaining it. Right, let me show you some examples. I'm going to keep the fishing example just to keep it nice and simple, because it's something, like I said at the beginning, I'm not interested in whatsoever, so I can look at it objectively. Okay, so this page here, what I like about this page is the images. So the owner of this page has inserted some relevant images. Now, whether the owner of the page is in either of these images, it doesn't matter. It could be assumed that it is for anybody looking at this page and seeing if they're going to like it or not. Now, if you've got your own images, again, going back to if you have a genuine interest in this subject, in this niche in the first place. Now, if I was a fisherman and I did actually catch big fish, then it would be a great site for me to start, because I'd love to brag about it and talk to other people who talking about fish and different types of fishing and different places to fish, etc. Now, the images are important. They need to be the right size. They need to be the right resolution. So they give the right impression. They're coming across as professional. Now, this guy's gone to the next step, and he's actually put in a professional logo as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, what I like about this guy's logo is he's actually incorporated into the logo tell your story. So he's actually telling anybody that likes his page, guys, if you join my page, what I want you to do is interact with each other and myself, and I want you to fill my page with interesting information. Guess what? That means he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to find stories and information and relevant stuff to talk about all of the time if his fans are doing it for him. And it works, guys. You need to add some basic information, what's the page going to be about? What sort of people are you targeting? But what this guy's doing is working. It's got 319,000 likes. I wish all of my pages had 319,000 likes. I'd be making more like £10,000 a week instead of £1,000 a week per page. Now, don't worry about anything at this stage. You can just play around with it. You can add all of this information. You can always change it. The only reason you can't change anything in Facebook is the actual title of your Facebook page. That's only after a certain amount of likes. So after a certain amount of people have come along and said, yep, I like that page, I believe it's 100, you will not be able to change what your Facebook page is called. But apart from that, you can change everything else within your page as many times as you want. And in most instances, it's a good thing to change, because that comes out on people's profile to say that you are regularly updating it. You're not just posting. You're changing your profile picture. You're changing the core information, etc., etc. It's all good stuff. Now, if this fills you with terror and dread, very, very simply, guys, a great resource I use a lot is called Fiverr.com. Now, for $5, as the name depicts, you can have a cover image created. So instead of you worrying about the cover image here and the logo and whatever else, very simply, I guarantee you that person's used Fiverr for that logo there. He's just asked somebody on Fiverr, can you create a logo for me? It's cost him, £3? I think it's 23 pence, which is great. He's got a professional looking logo. That's probably one of his own images, and so is the smaller logo image. So you can go to Fiverr, you can say, right, set me up a page, or you can go to Fiverr and you can say, do me a logo, do me, profile pic, whatever, and they only cost you $5 per what they call gigs. It's a great resource, guys, and, if you're not very happy about, doing it yourself or having to play around with it, I would suggest trying that first. Obviously, you can go to Fiverr and use that as a resource. Right, so you got your page, you got your niche, you know what you're going to do it about. Now we're looking at actually filling it with valuable, relevant content. This is why it's always best to have a genuine interest in your chosen niche. Like I said at the beginning, I can't think of anything worse than trying to think of something to say on a daily basis about fishing. It'd be worse than working for me. Write about what you like and what the niche and what your aim is for the site. What type of people are you trying to attract? People will have a little look to see, what you're saying, what sort of posts you're sending out, to see if it's going to be of any interest to them. An example could be, the aim of this Facebook page is to bring fishing enthusiasts together to share stories and tips on the best fishing locations around the world. I'll also be giving you the opportunity to save money on the latest fishing equipment and information. Now, that is just an example, guys. I'm not saying it's the best example, but what I like about it is that it tells people this page is about this, but also what I'm going to be doing, guys, is the benefit to you is that I'm going to be saving you money, but rest assured, I am going to be showing you promotions. So if you don't want to see promotions, don't join my page. So you're telling people up front, this is what this page is all about. If you get stuck, you can always go to a place called ezinearticles.com. It's free and easy to use. Basically, you go to eZine Articles and you type in any search result. So for this example, we could put in fishing or fly fishing or fishing courses or whatever, and it would come up with a multitude of articles on that particular subject area. Now you can copy and paste the whole article and put it into your Facebook page for valuable content, which I use probably I don't know, once a week, once every 2 weeks, if I can't find anything else anywhere else. And you put the whole thing in. They encourage you to do it, as long as you include the author's name and link at the bottom. Obviously, it's a way of them generating more interest for what they're talking about, their interest, and it's great for you because you're using and providing your end user with valuable information. Okay, so you're now on step four. It's that simple. We're now going to drive traffic. So we've got a page. It looks professional. It's in the right niche, and we've started putting some great, valuable content on there. So we need to start telling people about this page. Now, the first thing I do is I send my link to all my Facebook friends. Don't ask. Don't beg. Just ask them. Not everyone is going to like your particular niche, which is great because not everyone's going to like it, and they're not liking it just to keep you happy. You can then use Facebook ads targeted by demographic, other social media channels, and you've got the tried and tested Fiverr.com. Now let's go back to the Facebook friends first. Most people have, on average, 200 friends. So the easiest way to start, and it's a good test to see if your page is going to be popular or not, you can ask your 200 friends to like your page and to ask their friends to like your page at the same time. Now, obviously, there's going to be some overlap, some friends that you both like and you're both connected to. But generally, you'll get about 40,000 exposures quite easily and quickly. 200 friends times 200 friends is 40,000. Like I said, though, not everyone's going to be interested in your chosen niche, but those who are will like your page, and they will then get any new information, or importantly, any new offers that are listed on your page. Facebook ads. They're inexpensive and highly targeted by demographic, gender, age, and where they live, even by what their interests are. Now, I don't personally spend any more than £50 a month on Facebook adverts per page. I don't think you need to. It's around 2% of my sales revenue. You've got Twitter, Pinterest, Google+. You can generate likes by posting tweets on Twitter, which is completely free. What I love most, though, is engaging with my audience and getting them to spread the word for me, completely free of charge. And if you're giving valuable, relevant information, people will like it and share it, which is absolutely fantastic because it's free advertising for you, and it's basically a pat on the back, and it's telling you that you're doing things right. Now, I don't know if you've heard of Facebook custom audiences. There's a couple of different things, and a couple of things have changed very, very recently. I've delivered this course. It finished about 4 weeks ago, and literally it's changed in those 4 weeks. So I tell all my students that what we've just gone through and what we've looked at. It's changed on Facebook and now closing accounts. What I'm talking about is scraping. Now, Facebook used to not allow it, but used to turn a blind eye to it. What scraping was all about was that you'd have a look at groups and people who already had a genuine interest in a particular subject or a niche. You would then get all of those details and advertise just to those people. Very, very targeted advertising. But Facebook are now closing accounts that they can see anyone scraping. But you can still use custom audiences, and it's a great way of doing it. There's also a new thing called retargeting, which means that somebody gets followed around the internet. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that because I'm going to make it more complex. But you can get leads for little as 1 pence. If somebody's shown an interest and actually visited your page or visited your blog or your website or whatever it is, or your opt-in page, you can literally put a pixel onto that page, and if they visited it, Facebook can then follow them around the internet, wherever else they visit on the internet, and your advert will be displayed in front of them. It's fantastic. It's a great way of reaffirming your advertising message, basically. So anyway, this is a way of doing it, or a way that you used to be able to scrape. This is the manual way. You find a group that you're interested in. You go into the members, select the person. This is that person's particular Facebook profile. You then take the www out and change it for the word graph. That would give you their unique Facebook ID number. You could then turn that into You can turn that into an email, their Facebook email address, etc., etc. But it's basically spamming, guys. So that's why Facebook have clamped down on it. I think Facebook's the same as everybody else. They'll turn a blind eye while the advertising dollars are outweighing the complaints. But the complaints obviously have tipped the balance, and they have now shut down. I've actually heard of people who follow this strategy, and they've shut down Facebook pages. So please don't do it. Have a look at it though. Some great other ways of doing it. If you look into your Facebook Advert Manager, if you just simply click on the clog, manage ads, and you can go to audiences there and have a look at what that is all about. So what you can do now, their custom audience has been it's been improved greatly. The interest and whatever else, they've added so much on there, it's unbelievable. So you shouldn't need to actual scrape groups now without people's permission. So if you look at this one, all it did was put a search in for London plus 20 kilometres. Both men and women who like Louise Hay. Louise Hay is a motivational author who wrote a couple of self-help books. Very popular. As you can see, the potential reach who have interest in Louise Hay is 42,000 people, just within a 20-kilometre radius of London, which is absolutely fantastic. So as an example, if Louise was coming to do a seminar in London, or she wanted to do a talk or a book signing, literally she could just advertise to the people who have an interest in her in that particular area. So, like I said, used to work. It's 4 weeks ago now, rather than 2. Facebook changes so quickly. These are the sort of options they have now. If I go to the next slide, gives you a bit more information. Clicks to website. You can get people to visit your website. Website conversions. I'm using that at the moment for something unrelated, but it works very, very well. Again, you put pixels onto the website, and Facebook tells you how much it's costing you per click through, whatever the action is that you're looking for, whether it's a click through, a sale, or whatever. Page post engagement. Obviously, if you write, this is great. If you write a post and you find that the fans you've got on your page are quite engaged with that post, whether it be a funny video, a caption, some sort of information, whatever it is, and you find that it's people are liking it, people are sharing it. Chuck a little bit of money behind it and share it with more people, like-minded people. Page likes, obviously, which is what you're looking for to get people onto your page in the first place. App installs, app engagement. Offer claims, event responses, which is what I use for webinars. It's great. And video views as well. Facebook are trying to go up against YouTube in a big way. But the new things are the website conversions, and you've got lookalike audiences, you've got retargeting, and all of these things are new. And unless you get your head around them and you understand them quickly, and as soon as they happen, you're going to miss the boat on them. But it moves that quickly, guys. So I mean, it's in my interest. I don't want to waste any money. It's within my interest to obviously make sure that I keep on top of it, and as part of that, I make sure that all of my students are kept on top of it as well. So, like I said, Facebook are now shutting down accounts if you attempt to use scraping or custom audiences in the wrong way. So, I would advise you reading Facebook's terms and conditions. Like I said, they have now lookalike audiences. They have their own custom audiences with a lot more likes and interests. And you can now pay for conversions as well, which is obviously fantastic, which is what I was talking about with the website conversions there, guys. So I can now work out, I can pinpoint exactly how much it costs me to get somebody onto a list for a particular niche. And I can also find out exactly how much it costs me to get a sale. So I can then work out, right, okay, this is what the lifetime value of that customer is for me, based on, this amount of spend over a certain amount of time. Is it worthwhile me spending, a couple of pounds on a sale, or is it worthwhile me going up to 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds per person per sale? And with that information, when you're armed with that level of analytics, you can basically work out to the penny, and you can just ramp up your advertising, which is absolutely fantastic, which is what it's all about. Like I alluded to earlier, I don't know if it's creepy or genius, Facebook now actually even tracks what you do on other websites, and they are allowed to use that information for advertising too. Unless there is a caveat in there, unless you explicitly opt out the extra tracking, an option that requires a trip to a third-party website, or soon the tweak of a setting on your mobile phone. I'm not sure when I first heard this whether it's creepy or genius, but obviously Facebook is becoming the advertising Goliath of the internet, and rightly so, because it's got the best return on investment. There isn't anything else. You can compare it to solo ads, media buys. You can compare it to Google PPC. Did you know that Twitter has PPC as well? Um, Facebook by far beats it all hands down if you know how to use it properly. You give a Facebook your ideal customer and they will find conversions for you, not clicks, sales. It's that powerful. Right, we're not doing this for fun, guys. We want to make a living out of this. So the next step then is monetizing your site. Ensure your offers are relevant for your audience and Facebook page subject. There's nothing will turn off an audience quicker than you sending out unrelated offers. Now I know this because I had a weight loss page, and I accidentally sent out an invitation to a series of webinars I was doing. I have never seen people so annoyed and leave so quickly, and that was the only mistake I'd made. So just make sure that you're sending out relevant and interesting offers. And by that, I mean CPA offers, which is cost per action, Amazon Associate, eBay Partner Network, and ClickBank offers are the main ones. Now, with the CPA offers, what I do is I like finding things that other people aren't promoting. It's nice because what you're doing is you're giving your fans a service by saying, this, you can't find this anywhere else on the internet, as an example. Not this particular deal, anyway. I did it with a golf site that I opened. I approached a golf clothing retailer and said, I like your website, you're doing this, you're doing that, whatever. I've got this many fans on a Facebook page that are all golf enthusiasts. What sort of discount would you be able to give them, first and foremost, and what sort of affiliate commission will you be able to give me? We sorted out a deal. The end user is very happy because they had 50% off all their clothing. I was happy because I had a very nice sum of money per person that I introduced to them, and the company was happy because they were having all these new people. Yes, it cost them a little bit of money on their first purchase, but if they did a good service, which they did, those people become lifetime customers, and they bought all of their clothing from them. So it was a win-win-win situation, which are the sort of situations I love. Amazon Associates and eBay Partner Networks are both fantastic programs, but you have to apply for both of them. And eBay and Amazon can both say no, guys. I know they can say no because I guaranteed on one of these webinars I would get everyone through the process. I still make that guarantee, but there's one proviso. If you've got any bad blood or any bad history with either eBay or Amazon, I can't guarantee that I can get you through the process. Other than that, yes, it's an absolute done deal. Because I know exactly what they look for and what they want. But I had one student that kept on getting denied with eBay until I had a sort of frank conversation with him, and he said yes, actually 12 months ago he got chucked off eBay and told never to return because he was selling some dodgy gear. Now, like I said to him, there wasn't anything I could do about that, unfortunately, but I still got him through the application process. I'm not going to go into how here, but there are ways and means of going around the systems. Okay, so CPA is cost per action. You can get paid for any actions that the end user does. So it could be a sign up, it could be a submit, it could be a sale, it could be anything that person wants and finds of value. The company that are paying you for those actions. Amazon Associate and eBay. I think everyone's heard of Amazon and eBay. But Amazon, you can become an affiliate basically to sell Amazon products directly and to promote Amazon as a website. And eBay actually pays you just for getting people to click through onto their offers, whether they purchase or not, which is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, if they purchase, you get more money. So it's all about relevance. Okay, step 6. This is the only thing that takes any time, guys. Like I said, I managed to do this now on an automated basis just on a Sunday night. Update and build relationships. Spend no more than 2 hours per week on this. Right as if you're talking to a friend. Very simply, don't be too staged. Don't be too business-like. Don't try and use big words if you think it's makes you sound intelligent. People want to speak to you like you talk to somebody down the pub. Tell funny stories, but don't force it. If you're not naturally funny, don't try and be funny. If that's a problem, just go onto the internet and find funny stories, or go onto the internet and find funny captions. But they work very, very well, and I find that they are engaging. People like them, and they talk about them, and they share them, etc. Helps if you have a genuine interest in the subject to keep it going, obviously. Otherwise, it does become a little bit too much like hard work. If you're stuck for relevant content, again, go to eZinearticles.com, free and easy to use, as long as you include the author's name and the link. Okay, so let's recap. Step 1, research a profitable niche. Very, very important step. If you don't do that step properly, there's no point in doing the rest. Don't invest your time. If you don't do that properly, then this just isn't going to work. These are like the building blocks. You create a Facebook page, and it needs to be a kick-ass Facebook page. It's too competitive out there to just stick anything up. You need to have some high resolution, very crisp, very professional looking images. You need to spend a bit of time on what you're writing on your site and what it's going to be about. You need to generate relevant and interesting, valuable content for your end user. You need to get traffic, drive people to your site, tell them all about it. And then you need to monetize it and make sure you're going to earn off your Facebook fans in a nice way. This isn't about, spamming people or scamming them. It's about, you've got an interest in fishing. Check out these fishing reels that I've come across. They're a great deal. There's this much discount off them. Take a look if you're interested. Up to you. Update and build relationships with your audience as you go along. Very simple, and that's the only thing that takes any time as you continue. Everything else can be automated. The creating the page, obviously, and the research and the profitable niche is upfront work. The generating content, the getting traffic, the monetizing your page is all automated, guys. So it's a really, really simple business to run. So when you leave this webinar, you've got a lot of great information from me, right? But if you haven't created your own Facebook page before, it can be a little bit overwhelming. Am I right? So what can you do about it? Is it okay if I show you the fast and easy way to make all of this happen for you? Introducing the FB Easy Money System. How to make £1,000 per week using Facebook fan pages in only 2 hours per week. You're going to receive step-by-step instructions on how to implement this strategy right now. The great thing with the Facebook fan page Easy Money program is that you will be able to follow the step-by-step tutorials, making this easy and quick to start making money right now. So the FB Easy Money system includes 8 live webinars. Webinar 1. I do them live, guys, because things change so quickly. There's no good in me recording a set of webinars and just sending them out willy-nilly to people who buy the course. These webinars have to be live because I need to be able to iron out any issues or problems as we go through. I help you find your profitable niche to start with. You get that step wrong, there's no point in doing the rest. Webinar 2. You've got to set the page up right. Webinar 3. Joining eBay and Amazon as partners and going through that application process. Webinar 4, communication skills, how to talk to your target audience, how to communicate with them in the best way. Webinar 5, creating valuable content to engage your customers and ensure that they're going to engage and share your information with their friends and make it viral traffic. Webinar 6, getting targeted traffic, not just any traffic, targeted traffic that people have a genuine interest in what you're looking at putting the page together for. Webinar 7 used to be using Facebook scrapers. It's now all about retargeting advertising, lookalike audiences, and the other things that Facebook are now doing so well within their advertising. Webinar 8 is the all-important automating the process. Without automating the process, all of those things are going to take you too much time, and it's just not going to be worthwhile. Total value for this is $3,600. That's just in my time investment, not about the actual importance of the knowledge that you will get. On top of that, I don't just leave you high and dry and you have to wait, for the 1 hour per week. You also get on top of that 6 1-hour coaching sessions on aspect building, monetizing and automating your Facebook pages, and that's over Skype. 3 months of email support to ask me any questions you want or to check something out for you, which is an invaluable support mechanism. I'm forever doing research and sort of checking things out for my students, valued at a further $2,000. So 8 live webinars, 6 one-to-one Skype calls, and 3 months of email access, giving you a total value so far $5,600. Don't take my word for this though, guys. This is just one of my students. This is Arzine, and he's one of my students on one of my first courses. Hi, I've been online for a long time doing many rubbish courses, and I have to say that this is the best course that I have been on so far. Most courses just give you an ebook with email support if you're lucky. But the problem with this is if you're doing something new or having problems, email will not be sufficient enough. What I like about the course is for the price he's given it to you. Not only do you get 1 hour webinars where he does Q&A to help iron out any problems, but more importantly, you get one-to-one coaching for 1 hour a week in the form of Skype sessions. This really helped me overcome my obstacles, and the fact that Gareth over-delivered in giving me enough information to get me started was really helpful. Without the help of Gareth in the form of webinars, Q&A and Skype sessions, I would definitely have just given up and just moved on to the next online opportunity, then the next one, and so on. Whenever I reached an obstacle, which is basically what I've been doing for the past 5 years. If you are serious about making money online, especially if you've not made any money before, then I definitely would recommend this course for anyone starting out at any level. Now, what he's talking about there, guys, it's called the shiny object syndrome, where something catches your attention and you move on to the next thing without giving a strategy, a way of making money, your full attention until it actually works. This is another lady, another one of my students from Australia. This is Beth Biliak. I joined Gareth's FB money, Easy Money program because his offer sounded like what I needed. Well, let me tell you, I got so much more than I expected. I can now use Facebook to build my business with confidence, and I am getting results. Not only did I learn more, but he made it so easy to follow with live demonstrations as well. And he does what he promises. A lot of people offer you things, but you don't actually get them. With Gareth, you do and more. Can't thank you enough, Gareth. You deserve all the success you have and more. This one here, I also really appreciated Gareth's coaching. Often when you have coaching with an expert, they just rehash their course on the call. Therefore, they do all of the talking. You don't get your questions answered. And then your time is up. However, Gareth took the time to listen and then answer specific questions, which is what I needed in order to progress. Bonuses, guys. They are available if you act today. Plus, I want to reward you if you've already made your mind up. You'll be happy to hear that you also get these awesome bonuses. Bonus 1. The most important part, actually choosing the profitable niche to start with before you start putting any work into it. It's a great quality 28-page ebook written by Kevin Nugent. Choosing a niche is the important first step. This ebook will ensure you get it right. Valued at $97. Bonus 2, Facebook craze for internet marketers. Facebook adverts could be targeted to your exact niche, age, interest, gender, and even where the prospect lives. This ebook goes into how to get targeted prospects from Facebook ads. Valued at $47. Bonus 3, traffic overdrive. Avoid the pitfalls of generating traffic. Increase web traffic for little or no money. This is valued at a further $37. Just have a look at what you're going to get. You will get 8 live webinars. You'll get 6 one-hour Skype sessions with me, not with an outsourcer. That's important for me to highlight. You'll get 3 months of unlimited email access, and you'll get the 3 bonuses that I've just mentioned, giving you a total value so far of $5,781. Can you do this another way? Of course you can. You can do what I did. You can find a Facebook mentor who's done this and walk you through each step, or actually do it for you. Now, I do this for people, and I charge anywhere between $4,000 and $15,000 per page that I set up, because I know how much it's worth to that person. You can find an outsourcer. You can use a Filipino or an Indian outsourcer, but English could be a problem, and you're also given access to all your private accounts, which can be very risky. Or you could spend years learning the information, spending hours and hours on the computer, and still not getting the end results you're looking for, wasting both time and more money in the long run. The fact is, there is no comparison, and you're not going to pay anywhere near that much today. Here's why I'm going to be giving you an amazing offer today. Because I want your success story. Your success is my success. I'm looking for people to partner with and spread the word. I'm looking for joint venture and affiliate partners. After today, I am going to be increasing the price of this package. And the price keeps on doubling, guys. So for a total value of $5,781 for today, for the next 15 minutes, I'm willing to give this away at $497. Let's go back. $497. If you simply go to fanpageeasycash.com, it's a very simple payment button on there. It's only a button, you press the button and you go through. Payable by PayPal, and you can use credit cards as well as PayPal as well. Now that $497 is less than 10% of the actual end value that you're going to be getting. You also get a 30-day risk-free trial. It's only ever happened once to me. Once you want their money back, and that's because they'd overstretched themselves more than anything else. They'd literally just paid for another course at the same time on the same day. But you get a 30-day risk-free trial, guys. If for any reason you want your money back, you're not happy with the quality, you will get your money back with no questions asked. I don't ask any questions because it's none of my business. If you don't like it, you'll have your money back. You're also going to get a mega bonus. Now, I used to do the scraping for people. Obviously, I've had to change that very recently. So what I do now instead is I will do a full 2-hour review of your Facebook page once you've created it. And then what I'll do is I'll spend a 30-minute on a one-to-one consultation with you. Now, again, if I'm doing this for an actual business, I will charge £4,000 for a personal consultation on their Facebook, advertising in their page. So that's worth quite a lot of money for you. And I'll make sure that your Facebook page is aimed at the right people and it's going to work for you. So just to recap, guys, the value of the course is $5,781, and I'm letting it go today for $497 only. Go to fanpageeasycash.com to complete your purchase, and we can go from there. Okay, I'm just going to stop the recording now, and then I'm going to go and answer any questions you might have. 2 seconds. Okay, let's